All right, tonight's project is a little repair on this Suburban mirror that someone might have ran into the garage door backing out one day. Kind of busted it up a little bit here. Broke the motor off. And I got a quote from Chevy. I had it in looking at the transmission and they wanted $850 to replace this assembly. We're gonna see if we can't do it for about $250 in parts. So let's see. You're gonna start by popping out this little trim piece in here, which reveals 2 screws in there. Gotta pop out the trim piece that's back in here too. I think you get to it right. There it goes. And then there's gonna be, 2 screws down here on the bottom that we gotta take off. All right, so we just got the door panel popped off. We're just gonna unhook the door lock. And then pause it. We got the whole door panel off now, including the top trim. There's my little helper over there. Should probably be in bed because he gets cranky when he's tired. Unplugged the mirror here. Pulled this loose. Now we're ready to just take out these 3 bolts right here. It's harder to point than you think. Let's see it come out. Oh, hello.
How's it going, boys? Car repairs underway.
Yep.
Oh, that's a pretty good size thing. We gotta get this done. You can't get the old one off?
You can pause it, dude. All right, it was a little tougher than expected because of this clip right here was hanging on. I had to pry it out of there a little bit, but it came out. Now we just gotta put the new one back in.
Put that.
Oh.
Now,
Just seat
the
that.
boot's seated.
Seat the boot a little bit. There we go. And we're looking pretty good. Snap these back into place. Plug in the wiring harness. And bolt her back in. All right, so this was probably the hardest part, was getting these tabs off of the inside of the door panel, because you don't just yank it out like we did the First time, I guess you can't just pop them back in. They gotta get removed and then slid into these little slots. All right, and then we add the weather stripping back.
Felt sided towards the window. Towards the window,
and then we can pop the door panel back on.
So once you've basically reseated all the harnesses and all the plugs, then you just line up the pins.
One problem I'm having is that these trim clips, is what I think they're called, keep breaking. Probably because they're a little bitter from the Arizona heat. And it looks like I can buy some more, but I'd rather not. I'd rather get this put back together. So I'm gonna see if I can't make it work. But now look what I figured out, that these actually, probably from the manufacturer, they just pop these into the door panel and they snap it all into the place. But then when you go to take it off, it rips them out and it breaks them. So maybe they were meant to be replaced. I'm gonna see if I can't pull some of the other ones out and just put them on the door panel before I push it back in again. And put them into those little things there. All right, I think that was a pretty lucky idea. It's probably how you're supposed to do it to begin with, but I was able to pull them all out of the door and put them all onto the trim panel, so now I can just pop it back into place. I also ran a little trouble putting this last weather stripping back here on the top of the door. I just gotta make sure that it's faced the right direction, that there's two felt flaps. See this one down in here, and this one on the outside that face towards the inside. The first time I put it on, I had it flipped around. I won't blame that on my son, but it was kind of his fault. Reconnected that door harness, the door lock cable, and looks like it's easiest to put the actual door lock in right now, and it'll pop right into that when we put the door panel in place. You can kind of see here's where the door clips are lining up to go get, they just snap back in. You've got it lined up right. Just gonna hear them pop into place here. And there we go. Just need to put the screws back in these couple of places and we should be good. All right, one last final shot. And it appears that the mirror, does in fact power adjust. All right, so now I'm rewarding myself with a late night trip to Circle K to get a soda. So I'm all out of the house. And I'm sure lots of you guys are wondering, why the heck would I do that? Why would I put in that work? But for me, it's dealers are easy to beat. That was $500 savings. And it wasn't even that bad or that frustrating. A more reasonable mechanic might charge you quite a bit less, but I don't know. I feel good getting stuff like that done, and the savings, I feel like, well, I can go spend that somewhere else. Somewhere I'd rather spend it. So, that's it for tonight. We'll see what comes next.